The Walt Disney Company has been conservation-minded since the beginning. Walt Disney once said, "I have learned more from the animal world, and what everyone will learn who studies it is a renewed sense of kinship with the earth and all its inhabitants." In 1942, with the release of Bambi, Disney showed us about the dangers of forest fires. With the premiere of The Jungle Book, the Disney Company showed us how humans can live in harmony with nature. In 1994, the Disney Company taught us about the circle of life with The Lion King. With the creation of the Disney Wildlife Conservation Fund in 1995, later to become the Disney Worldwide Conservation Fund, Disney gave their guests a chance to donate to the protection of wildlife around the world. Disney's Animal Kingdom is a place where guests at the Walt Disney World Resort can get up close and personal with the wildlife that need their help. In the 1950s and the 1960s, Disney made a series of movies called The True Life Adventures. In these 16 live-action films, Disney took us to exotic locations that showed us the wildlife that called those places home. Some of these films, like The Vanishing Prairie and The Living Desert, taught us why we needed to protect these ecosystems and how we could help. During the time of making these live-action films, Disney Animation made Bambi and The Jungle Book. These animated motion pictures showed the audience how humans can impact their environment. On April 21, 2008, the Walt Disney Studios made a new brand of Disney movie, Disney Nature. Under this new brand, Disney released such films as Earth. With the premiere of Earth, Disney and the Nature Conservancy partnered together to plant one tree for every moviegoer that saw the movie during opening week. Because of this, 3 million trees were planted in Brazil's Atlantic forest. Another Disney nature film is Oceans. Portions of the opening week tickets from this film went to the Adopt a Coral Reef program. Other Disney nature films include Crimson Wing, Mystery of the Flamingos, African Cats, and soon to be released Chimpanzee. But the Walt Disney Company is not just a movie company. Disney also has a Disney Parks division. Disney Parks Chairman Thomas Staggs, then Senior Vice President and CFO of Disney Parks, stated in the 2006 EnviroReport that the Walt Disney Company is built upon a rich heritage of conservation that Walt Disney himself first inundated more than 60 years ago. Walt's interest in conservation was first evident in his production of landmark nature films and subsequently in his progressive ideas to incorporate sustainability into the original plans of the Walt Disney World Resort. As the world's leading family entertainment company, we have the responsibility to build upon this legacy by remaining committed to the highest standards of corporate responsibility, which include a continual focus on environmental issues. According to the UCLA Institute of Environment and Sustainability, the Walt Disney Company is a leader in the effort of sustainable tourism. Sustainable tourism, as defined in the article Making the Magic Sustainable at Disney Parks and Resorts, is a tourism development that avoids damage to the environment, economy, and the culture of the location where it takes place, while providing a positive experience for local people, tourism companies, and tourists themselves. Inside all Disney Resort hotel rooms, there are green checklists. These lists help Disney guests play a major role in Disney's sustainability. Another thing Disney is doing is reducing its waste in landfills. Disney is doing this by increasing the amount of recycled material used. The buttons that the cast members give you are now made of 30% recycled steel. The Disney PhotoPass cards are now made of 95% recycled material, and the merchandise bags at Disney parks are now made of 100% recycled materials. Disney is also making efforts in water conservation. Did you know more than 6 million gallons of reclaimed water are used every day at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida? Also, more additional reclaimed water is used to keep the aquifer net withdrawal levels the same as 20 years ago, even though the Walt Disney World Resort has almost doubled in size. When it comes to protecting local ecosystems, Disney is helping 100%. When planning for the Walt Disney World Resort, 1/3 of the entire property was set aside never to be developed. Another way Disney helps protect local ecosystems is the development of the Disney Wilderness Preserve. The Disney Wilderness Preserve is a 12,000-acre wildlife preserve that is home to over 1,000 species of different plants and animals. In the early 90s, the Disney Company bought and donated 8,500 acres of land south of Orlando, Florida, to compensate for the development of the Walt Disney World Resort. The rest of the acreage came from other Orlando area conservation organizations. The 12,000 acres is made up of 18 unique natural habitats, from wetlands to prairies and pine forests. Roy E. Disney once said, "Animals in the natural world are as important to the legacy of the Walt Disney Company as Snow White and Mickey Mouse." In 1998, the Walt Disney World Resort added its fourth theme park, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Disney's Animal Kingdom is a theme park that delivers the message of conservation. In Animal Kingdom, there is an area of the park called Rafiki's Planet Watch. The main part of this area is the conservation station. In the conservation station, guests can watch animal handlers and veterinarians take care of the animals. Also at Disney's Animal Kingdom, there are other attractions that help deliver the message of conservation. The Flights of Wonder Bird Show showcases more than 20 different species of birds from around the world. Kali River Rapids is another attraction that showcases the idea of conservation. As you are floating down the rapids, you come across a logging company's slash and burn site. This shows the harming effects of deforestation on the Earth's forests. At Disney's Animal Kingdom, guests have the opportunity to donate to the Disney Worldwide Conservation Fund. In 2010, the Disney Worldwide Conservation Fund, the DWCF, donated $2 million to conservation projects around the world. The funding for the DWCF comes from multiple sources. 26% of the funding comes from merchandise, tours, and special events. 35% comes from guest contributions. Guests can add $1 to their purchase of any food or merchandise item at any location at Animal Kingdom and at other locations throughout the Walt Disney World property. The final 39% comes from Disney's corporate contributions. Because of the DWCF, 2 new species have been discovered: a new species of tree frog and a new species of butterfly. Also, 250 species of plants and animals have been studied to be better protected. Because of the contributions made to the DWCF, 315,000 acres of land have been preserved, and more than 650,000 people in remote areas have been better educated to protect local wildlife. For more information on the Disney Worldwide Conservation Fund, visit their Facebook page. There you can find a map of where the DWCF has donated more than $14 million. In the opening letter in the Disney Conservation Report from Chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, Tom Staggs, and Senior Vice President of Environmental Affairs at the Walt Disney Company, Beth Stevens, it says, "Respect for our planet and the creatures that share it with us has always been a part of what makes Disney, Disney."